Adam Duvall has signed with the Boston Red Sox, so the fourth outfield market is starting to dry up. What options are left for the Toronto Blue Jays now? And Toronto's been said to need another bullpen arm, and Alex Reyes has been a name constantly popping up. However, Will Smith has entered the fold according to one prominent source, so you won't want to miss this episode of Jays Digest. What's up, Jays fans? I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, alongside host Nick Gosse. Got a lot to get into today, a lot of exciting news, but we want to thank you all for the support, especially on our live streams. They've been unbelievable, and hopefully we can keep it going all season long and all year long.
Yeah, it's been great. We're close to 6K subscribers. Hopefully we hit it maybe by the end of January, maybe sooner. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you like the daily Jays content. And without further ado, let's get into the first topic of the video, which is Will Smith, a potential target. Now, like you said, we do need another bullpen arm. I'm going to pop up a screenshot here now. We have a few topics to go over today, so let's start with this one. So this was from Let's Go Blue Jays. Will Smith is an intriguing option for the Blue Jays bullpen, Sports Illustrated. More details here. So Sports Illustrated wrote up an article basically discussing Will Smith and how he would be a great option for the Blue Jays and how the Blue Jays may have interest in him. And this was basically the best way to, condense what was said. So the free agent relief market is still kicking, and if the Blue Jays fancy an addition or two, there are some excellent options. Left-hander Will Smith would be on the radar. Smith's pitching profile is obviously a good fit. The Jays need another lefty. We discussed this in the Matt Moore piece, which is a bonus, but there's so much more that the 33-year-old has to offer. So before I get into his, his stats and his baseball savant page, Peter, what are your thoughts on Will Smith? We haven't talked about him too much, but him and Matt Moore kind of, fill a similar profile. But who would you rather between Matt Moore and Will Smith? Do you think Will Smith is a possible option for the Jays?
I'd probably lean towards Matt Moore, if I'm being honest. I think Will Smith, his best days are behind him. I mean, you could say the same about Matt Moore, but Matt Moore's got a little bit more control, and I just think he's a little bit of a better option, more reliable at this point in their respective careers. And Will Smith, he's got a bit more strikeout stuff in that arm. And he's got a great curveball, decent fastball, could run it up there mid 90s. So I wouldn't mind that at all. It's definitely an option, but none of those guys are high leverage, and I think that ship has sailed for the Toronto Blue Jays. When we're talking about acquiring a high leverage arm, I don't think that's it's possible anymore. They got Eric Swanson this offseason, so I think they're done shopping in that market. But when it comes to middle relief, you can't do much better than those two guys, whether it be Matt Moore or Will, or even Alex for that matter. But
Yeah,
it's up to them. Do they want to be middle relief pitchers, or do they want more high leverage situations? And that all depends.
Yeah, and I'll show you in a little bit. Ben Nicholson-Smith kind of had some insight on what we're looking for, and it's very similar to what you just said. It'll be a lower leverage kind of guy. But let's pop up Will Smith's baseball savant page from 2022. He doesn't throw fast, similar to Matt Moore. He has some solid peripherals, though. Obviously, he gets hit hard a little bit, but he has, a good barrel percentage, a good whiff percentage. Really, really good chase percentage, and he strikes out, a fair bit of people, more than Matt Moore, like you said. So in general, and he's had some great years, but he's 33 years of age, which is obviously not too old or anything like that. But when you're talking about, between him and Matt Moore, I'd probably lean Matt Moore as well, especially after his great year last year. But Will Smith is an option that we haven't really talked about too much, and he does have good peripherals compared to someone like Andrew Chafin, as well as another player we brought up, and his market's said to be heating up. So I don't know. We need another lefty, but whether the Blue Jays are going to get a major league reliever as a lefty right now doesn't seem too likely.
Yeah, and I don't think they need to. They have a lot of options in their pipeline. They have a lot of good pitchers in their bullpen as it stands at the moment. So I don't think it's as pressing of an issue as many people are making it out to be. But if you get a veteran, a proven veteran like Will Smith, a guy who's won a World Series, or a guy like Matt Moore, who's kind of graduated in a great organization like Tampa Bay, and kind of continued his success wherever he's gone, then it just doesn't hurt the overall outlook of your bullpen.
Yeah, I agree. And let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on Will Smith. And let's transition into the next reliever, which is Alex Reyes of the Jays. Tons of tweets have come out recently about it. Ben Nicholson-Smith talked about it as well. So let's just touch on it again. I know we've touched on it a little bit, but it seems like a resolution is going to be coming to the front here. So this is from Damon. He says, Alex Reyes is close to making a decision. Blue Jays among 3 finalists for him. He will be getting an MLB deal with heavy incentives. And then we had another. This is from Chapman Time. Not sure about the Chapman Time source, but he has had things right in the past. He said Blue Jays heavily involved in the Alex Reyes market. Deal could be imminent. Now, this is tons of people have been saying that they're, heavily involved. And then Ben Nicholson-Smith also went on, I believe it was a podcast, and said the Blue Jays could use a high upside reliever, mentioned Alex Reyes on a minor league deal, quote, could be interesting. Now, the interesting thing about that there is I don't think Alex Reyes is going to get a minor league deal. You'd think he's going to get a major league deal from some team, even if obviously he's coming off of injuries, but he has such high potential that you'd think that some team would be willing to throw a flyer out there for a major league deal.
The way the Cubs offseason has gone, I wouldn't be surprised if they're really after him and they offer him the best type of deal because all the moves that they've made, it looks like they want to win and at least try to win in 2023. So I wouldn't be shocked if he transitions over to that NL Central rival of the St. Louis Cardinals. But yes, a minor league deal will not get it done. He missed all of last year. He wants to prove himself yet again. And of all the arms that we've talked about in this video, Alex Reyes probably has the most potential, but he's also the biggest wild card. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. He could come back from his injury and walk the entire ballpark, or he can come back and show shades of his 2019 or 2020 seasons. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and I was going to say the same thing, but you said it. Highest floor and lowest ceiling, or the other way around. Highest ceiling, lowest floor for Alex Reyes. And obviously with Will Smith or Matt Moore, you're kind of, you know what you're going to get, probably a middling reliever. But Alex Reyes, he has the potential to be a back-end arm. There's a chance he could be a dominant closer in the coming years, depending how his health, stays up. So you'd think some team would be willing to give him a major league deal just to test the market. And you don't think he would command too much, maybe 4 or 5 million, something like that in a 1 year deal. But I have this final screenshot here. This is from Thomas Hall. I wrote an article on it today. You can check it out if you'd like. But Blue Jays done an excellent job at improving their relief pitching depth this winter, both in the majors and minors. But with several intriguing arms still available, adding another pitcher or two would be wise. Alex Reyes in particular would be an ideal fit. And I like it a lot. Obviously, we've spoken about it in the past. He has so much potential, and I don't know, having someone like him just on the team, even to mop up the fifth innings or see how his injuries doing once we're blowing out games. Because hopefully our offense, with the high potent offense that we have, maybe we'll be winning by a lot. We could throw him out there just see how he does. But
Yeah.
I have little doubt that he's going to be. I think he's going to be really good next year.
Yeah, I think so too. And the truth is, you can never have too many arms, whether it be bullpen arms or starting pitchers. You need depth at the major league level, at the minor league level. And if you can get a guy like Alex Reyes or a guy like Will Smith or Matt Moore or Andrew Chafin, any of those veteran names that we've mentioned in videos in the past and this video as well, it just helps your overall club depth. And you can keep some guys that you're not sure about in the minor leagues and let them develop a little bit more until you think they're 100% ready to help you at the big league level. So I really don't mind getting more veteran guys, more proven guys, because you're trying to win right now while also not sacrificing your future development.
Yeah, I'd love to see him on the team, and there's a lot of smoke around him. So hopefully we can maybe make a move for him. We'll see. Let us know in the comments your thoughts are on that. But let's get into the final topic, which is free agency update. Now we have a few things to discuss. I have one screenshot which we'll just delve into now, and then I have a couple other things to talk about. But we'll touch on Adam Duvall, like you said, reportedly agreed to a 1 year deal. I believe it was for $7 million with the Chicago or the Boston Red Sox. Sorry. I'll just get your thoughts, Peter. What are your thoughts on Duvall? Obviously, he was a heavy target for the Blue Jays, and another one falls off the board, leaving really only Robbie Grossman left in the market. So it's looking less and less like we're going to go for one of these outfielders. But do you think Boston's a fair spot for Duvall to land or a good spot for him to land?
I think it's a great spot for him to land because he's going to play a lot. I mean, they don't have much outfield depth. JD Martinez is gone as well. So obviously he wasn't playing outfield, but the DH spot has now just opened up for everyone, and I think Justin Turner is going to take the brunt of that, if I'm being honest. But Adam Duvall is a guy that can play all three outfield positions, someone that has potential to hit well in the AL East, so I think it's a good move for them. At this point, I don't think the Blue Jays can guarantee an outfielder any playing time right now or any significant playing time. So they're going to have to really diminish their expectations in the free agent market or in the trade market, wherever they're looking for a fourth outfielder. Because like they couldn't get Andrew McCutchen. I don't think they're going to go out and get Robbie Grossman because he wants to play every day. And he can't on this team because there's just too many options out there. Well, you're not going to sit Dalton Varsho 2 out of 5 days. You're not going to sit Kevin Kiermaier 3 out of 5 days if he's healthy. And George Springer, you want him in there as much as possible. So it just doesn't make sense for these guys to look at Toronto as a destination. And when I look at what else is out there, maybe I've seen a name like Kyle Garlick
Yeah,
pop up a
saw that
lot,
as well.
who crushes left-handed pitchers. Sorry. and it just remains to be seen. But we got to tamper our expectations a little bit on who's a possibility for that fourth outfield spot.
Yeah, I think the Brennan Belt signing kind of limited our playing time that we could even offer these outfielders simply because there basically been no time DH between Kirk, Jansen, and Belt. So there's no DH time. So it's just a matter of, I guess, only playing against lefties. And someone like Duvall, we kind of expected that. And I don't expect Grossman to really want to do that either, but maybe. And then the other two little things, Julian Merriweather has been claimed off waivers. So that era is over. And Junior Fernandez cleared waivers, meaning he goes to our minor league system, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's high velocity. He has a lot of potential. A lot of Jays fans were excited about that. So do you have any final thoughts on either the Merriweather or Junior Fernandez before we wrap up?
Just a quick note right now on the Chicago Cubs, we got Ryan Barucki, Anthony Kay, and Julian Merriweather. So we got a trio of former Blue Jays in the Windy City, and hopefully, I wish them all the best. I've always liked what they offered in short sample sizes, but it'll be interesting to see what they can do over there.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what Junior Fernandez does for the Jays. But that'll wrap up this video. Thank you for the support. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.
Thanks.